But the nurse, the moment she saw him, the first question that she asked us is he burned? Hello, I am Kristisha. In the last video, I covered the second oral antibiotic treatment, the swabs results, and the pediatrician response to us after the second A&E visit. Today, I want to cover the third A&E visit, and it will have this episode will have to be broken down into two parts because it's long. Right, so we went to A&E the third time because everything started when I gave a bath to my baby. Now at this point I was giving him a bath every night for 30 seconds, and I gave him a bath around 5 p.m. and everything was fine. But during the night he started scratching really badly, and he started scratching at the back of his neck and on the head, and he was really, really scratching. He could not sleep at all. He cried constantly, and around 1 a.m. I put the light on because I was really worried. I could not understand why is he crying like this, and I was shocked by what I saw. Again, this could be triggering for some parents, so you might want to skip this part. The pustules, he started getting pustules on all over his skin, but it started with the neck. Very big pustules, red and very itchy. They were very itchy. And at this point, his neck was covered. The back of his neck was covered, and the back of his head was covered. So he was very, very itchy. And then he started getting it on his chest and on the back and on his arms. Now this was on top of his eczema. So he had eczema, but these ones were on top of his eczema. And it looked like chickenpox, but just bigger. Now we had to wait until morning to see the GP because I did not want to go to A&E again. And I called the GP practice and I said, I don't know what's happening, but I think my baby might have a skin reaction or an allergy to something. The lady on the other end, she asked me if I think it's chickenpox, and I said I'm not sure. I need to see a GP. And she arranged for us to see the GP within half an hour. So we went to see our GP. Now, when the GP saw him, because it was summer, so you could see his skin, she was shocked. She said, we have to go straight to A&E. She can't do anything for us. This is infected eczema, and it keeps spreading. There's nothing else. She doesn't think there's anything else apart from an infection. It's an infection. We need to go to A&E straight away. On the face, and I said, no, this is eczema. Here, she took his temperature, and she said that he has temperature, and we wouldn't be triaged anymore. We would just be sent directly to the A&E for children. And when we went there, they had to triage us again, which they did. And the nurse, when she saw him, she was shocked. She asked us, why did we leave it so late? And I said, because we came, this is the third visit to A&E within a month. That's why. So she gave us, the first thing that she did was she gave us some Calpol for the temperature, and she gave some antihistamines for the itchiness because he was so itchy that he could not eat. My baby was unwell, crying, very upset. And she asked us a couple of questions about his eczema, and she said she thinks that it's an infection. Now, when you go to A&E for children, they prioritize obviously the most severe cases, and they prioritize us for the first time. And they gave us a room. One of the pediatrician came to see us, and saying she was shocked by the level of the infection and how quickly it was spreading, because by this point I think it was around 16 hours or so of infection, and those pustules were not stopping. They were just growing on top of each other, and almost all his skin was covered, and the weepiness was on the face, and the neck was just spreading. Now, these pustules, they were going inside my baby's nose, ears, even on the lips. He was getting some on the lips. And this first pediatrician thought that it might be a viral infection. So they took swabs, several swabs from several parts of the body, and obviously we had to wait, and they told us that he would be admitted to the overnight, and also that they are preparing his IV as we speak, because they are scared of leaving it too long. For now, at this point, we were hospitalized, so I will be continuing discussing the hospitalization and the rest of the things that we went through in the hospital in terms of treatment in the following video. Thank you for watching. And she gave us a letter for A&E, and at this point my baby was having temperature as well, and these big pustules were traveling on his legs, the back, and not only that, they were traveling all the way to his feet, but they were getting bigger, and the pustules, there were pustules that were growing on top of each other, and every single bit of skin was starting to get covered. And my baby was very, very itchy. He was crying nonstop at this point. So we went to A&E. Now, we were not ready to stay overnight this time, because I thought they would send us home. You have to understand that when we went to A&E, the staff, most of the staff there at the A&E for children, they knew us. So when we went to A&E, we had to be triaged again, though we had a letter from the GP, and it was especially busy at that time. But the nurse, the moment she saw him, the first question that she asked us is he burned?